When City Skylines 2 was announced in March 6, 2023, I was genuinely excited. Don't get me wrong, I love City Skylines and I loved just watching ice cream trucks and hot dog vans rush through my city, but there was only so much I could actually do on an aging game from 2015. So when City Skylines 2 was announced, it was time to put City Skylines into a grave. I mean, could you blame me for thinking like that? Even though it was an announcement trailer, it was cool and cinematic that showed skyscrapers being constructed, bikes, and even floating glass windows. It genuinely felt like City Skylines 2 was just going to overshadow City Skylines in every single way. And it did, eventually. Just not in 2023 and not in 2024. Yeah, the year for City Skylines 2's release and 2024 was pretty bad for City Skylines 2 and Colossal Order. Even on the lead up to City Skylines 2's release, there were already some signs that the game was showing some performance issues, like during the gameplay trailer or the feature videos where the FPS just suddenly stutters. But granted, the city that they were showcasing had a massive population and frame drops should be common at that size of a city. So therefore, I still had high hopes for the game to do well. So I just kept on waiting for the release. It's September, a month before the release of City Skylines 2, and we get an update to the console version of the game saying that it'll be released in spring of 2024. Furthermore, we got an updated specs, and holy shit, an RTX 3080. Oh man. The original requirements for City Skylines 2 were bad, undoubtedly, but they were manageable. You had time to upgrade your system, and even if you didn't want to upgrade your system, that was fine. The recommended specs were low enough to the point where you could possibly lower some settings to get better performance. But an RTX 3080? Alright, I guess. This was a month before the release of City Skylines 2, and the recommended spec upgrade was so uncalled for considering the global chip shortage just ended in 2023, with GPU prices still being kinda high. This was just a massive blow to City Skylines 2, and it didn't even release yet. So instead of being excited for City Skylines 2 and the condition of my PC, I became really worried, and everyone else did too. Yeah, what did we expect, honestly? Immediately after the release of City Skylines 2, Paradox and Colossal Order came forward with a new announcement about performance and how to optimize it for your PC. Now guys, the performance of the game is good, you just gotta block out the sounds of your PC fans. It didn't even have the scaffolding animation like it had in City Skylines in the announcement trailer, but it's not like you could see it in the game in the first place. So, announcement trailer 1, game 0. We didn't even get bikes or floating windows. So announcement trailer 3, game, still 0. But to be honest, apart from performance, the gameplay wasn't too bad. It was a sequel to City Skylines. I mean, if I was truly nitpicking here, the Economy 1.0 version was pretty bad. Roads costed absolutely nothing, so you could get away with literally anything and you would still make a profit. So all Colossal Order needed to do was just getting back to work. After the release of City Skylines 2, it has been rough. The game is obviously still in a rough state. And although the Colossal Order CEO kept on giving weekly updates to what's happening with their favorite game, the fanbase is still divided.
It seems like between Creative Assembly,
Maybe
Bethesda,
I
and
get a
Colossal
steady
Order,
20
companies are
FPS
fighting to see
by
this
this time
come up.
next year.
Now,
Performance.
the early access beckons a creative spree, testing, shaping, modding's glee.
Yeah, it was a bit much. And was that a fucking poem? To be honest, everyone was annoyed at the game. So it wasn't even a surprise that the CEO decided to respond to some comments personally. But you should never respond like this.
Cities Skylines 2 is the better game compared to the first one. If you dislike the simulation, this game just might not be for you.
Typing whoopsie daisies or my bad and posting that on X or even the City Skylines chirper as an Easter egg would be a much better response to the backlash than the CEO yapping on forums without any supervision. Alright, what's done is done. All we gotta do is fix the game. But then the DLCs got delayed. Alright, that's fine. Really? 2024 is gonna be a hellish year. The first quarter of 2024 felt so sluggish in terms of patches to City Skylines 2, even despite the patches having a shit ton of bug and performance fixes to the game. In the first quarter, there were only 2 patches in early February and late March, with the March patch also including a delay to the release roadmap of City Skylines 2 DLC, alongside the release of the infamous Beach Properties asset pack and the new Paradox mods platform to replace the Steam Workshop, so that future console players will eventually have a place to download mods and assets. Guys, think of the console player, guys. We're never gonna release a console version, but at least think of them. Before this, everyone was depending on unofficial applications like Skype or Thunderstorm Manager to download their mods and assets, and to be honest, only the most dedicated players ever used mod managers. The Beach Properties asset pack was the thing everyone wanted. 10 new North American and European residential buildings, each with 3 upgrades, so technically it'd be 60 assets, so just slap that on the trailer to fill it up. 6 signature buildings and 4, yes 4, new trees. I like it how they emboldened and capitalized the text "and." Like, that's the main seller of this asset pack. All for the cheap price of just $10 USD. What a steal.
And then broke.
Safe to say it didn't go down well with the city's community, and an apology was released shortly afterwards with a future plan to how updates and patches would progress with the game going forward. Oh, and the Bridges and Ports DLC has been delayed to 2025, so Yeah. From this point onwards, the game was gradually becoming better. We got way more patches, way more frequently, and the economy system of the game was revamped totally so that you wouldn't be able to make shit tons of money through exporting just water. 2025 and 2026 were way, and I mean way better than 2024 and 2023, and I'm looking forward on what the future might bring for City Skylines 2, but the console editions still remain a mystery to this day.